Hello, welcome to Got Clutter, Get Organized, the conversation. And this conversation is going to be all about 10 ways you can get organized before the new year. So you might want to get your pen, your pencil out. You might want to even share this conversation with a family member or a friend. So let's get started because who would imagine it? We are here at the beginning of December. And these are simple things that you can do to really get organized before December 31st. The first thing is decluttering your home. Now you're probably thinking, Jan, I have to do my entire house. Not necessarily. Do little things here or there. A junk drawer here, maybe a shelf there, maybe even actually a surface or countertop. So just focus on those areas. So those are some ways you can declutter at home before the new year. Number two is organize those digital files. We want to, as we move into a new year, stop wasting time and energy looking for things, and specifically those digital files that we know we created. So why don't you start just by naming a few categories? Maybe it's things related to your home. Maybe it's things related to either you or your children, maybe your business, maybe your job, and just those major categories, and then begin to put information in there that is related to those files. Now, number three, set up a calendar for 2025. You probably already know when you want to take your vacations. Maybe, you're doing a family event, there's a wedding, there's a graduation, there's so many things that are coming up in the new year. So, one of the things that you can do right now is pull out that calendar and block off that time. But I'm going to suggest you take it a step further. So if you maybe have to travel, or maybe you're going to involve in some way, shape, or form, whether you're in the planning stages, or either you're going to have to bring a dish, prepare a dish, clean your house for overnight guests, start blocking that time out too. So as it gets closer, you'll already have that time scheduled and you won't feel overwhelmed and stressed because you're trying to squeeze it in your schedule. Number four, I had to remember which number I was. Donate unwanted items. So if there are items in your home right now, maybe they're already near the entrance to the garage, front door, take them now, because if you take them now, then it's a tax deduction that you can kind of benefit from for this tax year. So get rid of those items. And even if you look around your home and your space and you realize, you know what, I didn't use it last year, I didn't use it this year, so it's time to let it go and give it a new home. Number five, clean out the pantry. So, of course, we've already celebrated Thanksgiving. Now we're moving into another holiday season, and this is a great time as you were going through your pantry, just really getting yourself ready for the Thanksgiving. Were there things that you touched? Were there things that you looked at? Or were there things that were expired that you kind of pushed to the side because you were in the midst of preparing and you didn't want to waste any time or energy or put any focus on really handling or dealing with those things? Great time to get rid of stuff. And also, as you go through that closet and you maybe try on that outfit that you thought was going to look perfect for anything upcoming, doesn't fit right, doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, begin to let it go. And of course, the next thing is number six, create your 2025 list now. What are some of the things that you want to focus on? Is it your health? Is it your money? Is it relationships? Do you want to learn something new? Begin to write it down now, because in addition to that, maybe you do want to learn something new. Maybe you want to spend maybe an hour or two each week learning something new, going to a class. Begin to put that in your 2025 schedule. Maybe you've decided, you know what, next year I am going to be a little bit more healthier. Well, does that mean exercise? Does that mean food prep? What does that mean? Put that in your calendar, because one of the ways that you can really truly accomplish goals in a new year is making space for it in your time and in your life. And of course, next thing, number seven, review the subscriptions. We've got subscriptions, whether there's streaming services, maybe there's digital magazines. There's so many things, but begin to review them and see which ones that maybe every time that email notification comes, you click it, you delete it because you really don't want to be bothered with it. Maybe there's a service that you've already signed up for that you realize, you know what, I'm not benefiting from it, and that's because it no longer fits my needs. So begin to kind of review those as well. Number eight, let's look at the wardrobe. Let's really be honest with ourselves about the things we love and the things we wear, and also the things that look good on us. Now, of course, you may have had something from 5 years ago and it looked fantastic on you. But now, because of changes, I've gone through changes and things that I thought looked good on me, I put them on and I do not want to be seen in them ever again. And of course, this might be a good time to bring in a friend just to kind of give you some, feedback, but a friend that's going to be supportive in your journey. Number 9, update the context. And this is something sometimes people tend to hold on to business cards for decades. And I'm talking decades. I'm not talking 1 decade, maybe 2 decades, maybe 3 decades. Because I know some of the people that I've met 30 years ago, numbers have changed. Maybe they've moved locations. So much information has changed. So think about that. If you're really still connected with these people, great. But if you have not talked to these people, even sometimes within a year, 5 years, 10 years, etc., sometimes it is time to let things go. So think about that. Updating those contacts, even in your phone. Sometimes we just put people in our phone because it's convenient, it's fast. But are we still in contact with them? And the last thing, because it is the beginning of the holiday season, the end of the year, where we'll be just spending so much time just having fun and enjoying the season, at least I hope you will, is that it is time to get ready for, you know what? Are you guessing? Tax season. So, and you can do this just simply by just getting either some big envelopes, putting in their tax season, getting small envelopes and putting each receipt in there so that you'll have a jump start on tax season 2024. So again, these are tips that you can just do a little at a time. It isn't anything that you have to say, okay, I've got to get all this done. No, take one, maybe two, depending on your time, because I truly do want you to enjoy this holiday season because I know I will be too. So, number 1, declutter your home. Number 2, organize those digital files. Number 3, set up a calendar for 2025. Number 4, donate unwanted items. Number 5, clean out that pantry. Get rid of that stuff that you no longer want, use, and nobody in the family. And even take it a step further, if you bought some type of, because you pet parents out there, and you find these wonderful things, but all of a sudden your pet does not want to eat them, donate them. And number 6, create a 2025 goals list. And once you do that, make sure you make time in your 2025 calendar to achieve them. Number 7, review your subscriptions. Number 8, tidy up that wardrobe because it's nothing like going in to the closet and just putting your hands on things that you truly love and you truly wear. Number 8, update your contacts. And if you've got business cards from at least 30 years ago, a lot of times those people have probably changed contact information. And some people are still, I'm still in business, but I can tell you the number I had when I first started this business is no longer in service because I've changed it. Number 10, prepare for your tax season. So I hope these tips have been very helpful. And of course, make sure you click all the links below for any resources, additional resources that can help you on your journey to living an organized life. And I'm just going to give you a preview, because I'm excited. Preview later this month. I'm going to be telling you how to organize your workspace before the end of the year. And I'm going to be ending the year with just some life organizing things that'll help you again on your journey to living an organized life. So continue listening. If you are listening to the audio, continue listening to this episode. And for those of you who are just watching, make sure you always click the link and you can hear the full audio episode. But until next time, I want you to have a clutter day, but most of all, have an organized